young man is also a product of Grand Rapids Public Schools, and he is an alum of Ottawa Hills High School's National Honor Society. I am talking about Mr. Brian A. Burt. Aristotle's quote, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit, was instilled in Brian by his parents, Randall and Gloria Burt. Brian attended Alger and Sherwood Park Elementary Schools, Iroquois Middle School, before attending Ottawa Hills High School. While at Ottawa, he participated in several enriching activities, including the Young Educators Society, Student Government, Rotary Interact, the Marching Band. As a matter of fact, this young man was the drum major for 2 years and did an excellent job. He won several honors and accolades, such as participating in Michigan's Boys State, the Academic Hall of Fame, 3 State of Michigan piano competitions, and he was a participant in the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated Cotillion Botillion. He continued down the path of excellence as an undergraduate at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, where he majored in secondary English education. He was invited to participate in the following academic programs: Minority Achievers Program, Summer Research Opportunities Program, the Board of Eons, which is students elected to advise the Indiana University Chancellor. And after IU, he attended the University of Maryland College Park, receiving a master's in higher education administration in 2006. His capstone paper was titled "The Road to Graduation: The Nexus Between Engagement and Persistence for African American Men at Predominantly Majority Institutions." He is currently a doctoral student and a graduate research assistant at the University of Michigan in the Center for the Study of Higher and Post-Secondary Education, where he studies the collegiate experiences of students of color to understand what factors impact their academic success. Mr. Burt, when he was at Maryland, also coordinated the scholarship program for students while they were there at the university. This week, he will leave us tomorrow, and he will be going to Denver, where he is going to present his research paper. But more importantly, Brian was notified this week that he is going to present his paper in Europe. He leaves in June, and he's going to Norway, and we're so proud of Brian. In developing a spirit of excellence, it has always been important for Brian to excel academically, make a difference in the lives of others, and inspire others to impact their communities in the same way. Being young and gifted has opened up many opportunities for Brian. As a result, he understands that to whom much is given, much is required. He constantly serves the community by mentoring elementary youth, assisting college-going high school students, and actively contributing to the noble deeds of his fraternity, Omega Psi fraternity. Brian is also a member of Kappa Kappa Delta, which is an honorary international organization. At this time, it gives me great honor, and please join me in welcoming Mr. Brian A. Burt.
Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Thank you, Mrs. Bailey and the Ottawa Hills staff for extending this wonderful opportunity for me to share in this celebration. Thank you, parents, family, friends, for celebrating and supporting this achievement of these honorable students. Finally, thank you, scholars, for being true to yourself and following the road less traveled, the road to academic excellence. And just as an aside, I may be looking in the audience, but I'm definitely speaking to you guys. It's surreal that this time 10 years ago, I was wrapping up a fruitful high school career here at Ottawa. I remember leading the marching band as drum major for the last 2 years. I recall attending Honor Society induction. I remember serving as co-president of the student government class, leading the efforts to instill school spirit amongst the student body. And I remember receiving some of the top academic awards and scholarships bestowed upon graduating seniors. But I never would have imagined the foreshadowing that receiving all those awards, honors, and opportunities would have on my life. Often people ask me, did Ottawa prepare you well for college and beyond? Unequivocally, I always respond with a resounding yes. What people fail to realize is that I was always aware of what I knew and what I didn't know. And when there were things I didn't know, I made sure I found the answer. I used people that I felt were smarter than me to learn what they knew, and then I would learn more. I've always had a thirst to learn. So without a doubt, Ottawa prepared me very well. At Ottawa, I learned the basic skills to research. I was afforded opportunities to test my developing leadership skills, and I was connected to other talented peers. Ottawa was a great training ground for my early development. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Dr. Ernest Everett just exemplified a scholastic aptitude that I aim to embody in my career. He made certain choices that distinguished him above the rest. He chose to surround himself around other positive people, such as Dr. Amos Love, Bishop of the United Methodist Church, Dr. Oscar James Cooper, medical physician, and Dr. Frank Coleman, professor at Howard University. These essential friends stood by his side to help shape America into what it is today. But that's not it. He aligned himself with other people who shared similar goals and ideals. His success team included the likes of Dr. Sadie Alexander, the first woman to receive her Ph.D. in economics in 1921. She was also one of the founders of the National Bar Association. Dorothy Height was a civil rights activist and national president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. He was successful because he wasn't individualistic. He expanded his network to include other movers and shakers. Dr. Ernest Everett Just's legacy lives on, and now you carry his torch. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Now, I'm going to say something to you that's probably contrary to what others have told you. So, scholars, look to your left. Now, look to the person to your right. They are not your competitors. They are not your competition. Those are your colleagues. You all have emerged as leaders amongst your peers. You'll lead organizations in high school. You will go on to college and lead organizations there as well. You will become scientists, finding cures for the unknown. You will become lawyers, fighting for the rights of humanity. You will be educators, creating new practices that ensure that no child will be left behind. You will be standing at the 10th annual Dr. Ernest Everett Just induction ceremony, giving a speech to the next generation. Again, you all are not competitors. You all are partners. So how will you do this? How will you achieve such excellent feats? It's all about making excellent choices. When Aristotle said that we are what we repeatedly do, excellence then is not an act but a habit, that means that excellence is habitual. It's not something you just stumble upon. To be excellent in the future, you must continue to be excellent now, right now. Like Dr. Ernest Everett Just, You must make the choices on the friends you choose to surround yourself. I encourage you to choose friends that will challenge you. I encourage you to choose friends that will support you. And I encourage you to choose friends who will make positive contributions to the world. Second, you must make excellent choices on the experiences and opportunities you're offered. There are a lot of distractions in front of you, like the gentleman said earlier. You must make excellent choices and be conscious of how today's decisions can and will impact your future goals. Third, you must choose your battles wisely. Every fight does not need to be fought, but there are fights that you must stand for. As one of my mentors tells me, those who can, must. Dr. Ernest Everett fought for the integration of schools during the time of segregation. Dr. Ernest Everett fought so that people that look like me could attend major universities. Dr. Ernest Everett fought for human rights. Finally, you must choose to bring people with you along the way. If everyone exemplified the uplifting spirit that Dr. Ernest Everett did, this honor society would grow exponentially. More scholars would go to college to be successful, and more leaders would be equipped to positively impact the world. We are all success stories in progress. We need to encourage one another to continue this path towards excellence. So I conclude offering my sincere congratulations to you and the accomplishments you have made thus far. It is an honor for me to witness your induction into this prestigious Dr. Ernest Everett Honor Society. And I leave you again with my favorite quote. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Thank you.